And now, his view, an editorial opinion by Bill Martin.
Something unusual happened yesterday when the Premier issued a statement saying he would ask the legislature to withdraw a piece of legislation that he himself had tabled just last week. What makes it really unusual is that he issued the statement after my editorial comment yesterday. Now, I'm not saying that Tim Houston responds to my opinions, but I am saying that he responds to public opinion, and that may be unusual. Most politicians are loath to admit to anything negative. Things like mistakes, misquotes, anything that might sound like an admission or especially an apology. We can all recall other elected officials who would go to the wall before conceding anything. Sometimes that meant disappearing for a while, kind of hiding out till the dust settled. But that is not Premier Houston's style. He has made comments in the past, and yes, he has actually tabled legislation that elicited sufficient response from the public to cause him to reconsider. Many politicians would call that simply weak, but I think most voters would agree that it is a positive and genuine response, showing respect for the public good. Tim Houston is not always right, but then who is? Not you, not me, and certainly not the politicians who think it's a sign of weakness. The issue here was a piece of legislation perceived to be limiting to our Auditor General, a watchdog who clearly works for the people. On reflection, Houston said that he would eliminate the legislation, with the approval, of course, of the members of the legislature, or if they want to continue debate and vote on the matter, he will urge his conservative colleagues to vote against his own bill. Either way, he is undoing what sober second thought appears to have captured his heart. It is not the first time our Premier has publicly changed his mind, and I'm sure some of his opponents will try to spin that as a man with uncertain convictions. However, I prefer a leader who is not only human, but also lets his humanity show. I would much rather have a Premier who says, "My bad, let's look at that again," rather than the politician who stonewalls public opinion because he or she is flawless and never makes a mistake. Any names come to mind? Well, Tim Houston did not win his record-breaking supermajority government in the last election by being perfect, but he clearly did some things right in the eyes of the voters. Admitting his mistakes, and more than that, correcting them, sets a new benchmark. As I said up front, Tim Houston does not necessarily respond to my opinion, but I'm going to put an asterisk beside yesterday's view just in case. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.